We're back in India, baby! Did that work?
Yeah, that works.
I think that's good enough. Jakey boy, what's going on, mate? Nice to see you here. It's actually been 25 hours since I left my house to this hotel. That is the longest it's ever taken me to get to India before. But feeling good, ready for a big adventure. Being at Tara Palace just feels like I'm at home when I come to Delhi. I've been here that many times. They fixed their sign finally. It was out last time I was here. And this time, we are heading up to the Himalayas. So the Himalayan trip was the first trip that I ever did with Nevermind Adventure back in 2016. And that was pretty much the first big motorcycle trip I'd done where we were shooting a lot of content and kind of kicked off this whole adventure machine journey for us. So it's gonna be pretty exciting to go back and relive that and add a whole section of trip that we've actually never done before. So pumped, man. I'm really excited about this one. Had a close call already. Almost shit my pants, but I didn't. I made it to the bathroom in time. Been in Delhi for one day and already got a gut's ache. The plan today is we're just going to hang out in Delhi for a while. We've got to go get some new SIM cards, so we've got internet access on our phones. We're going to go to Coronado Place to do that like we did last time we were here. I think then we're going to go check out Red Fort. Just going to go hang out. We're going to grab a rickshaw. We're going to go through some of the back areas of Old Delhi. I'm going to look at some jewellery shops here because I like to collect some rings whenever I come, and you can find some really weird, crazy, kooky stuff here. So we have this theory that it's actually cheaper to catch an Uber here in India than it is as a tourist catching a tuk-tuk. So we're going to head to Coronado Place to get our Vodafone SIM cards, and we are going to catch a tuk-tuk there, and then we're going to get an Uber back, and we're going to compare and see which one is cheaper. Everyone talks about how massive Delhi is as a city, but until you've actually been here, you will never ever get a feeling of how massive this place really is. Delhi can be such a strange city. As soon as 6 AM hits, it's completely dead. Until about 8 AM, when everyone comes out, the market's set up, and the city really comes alive.
Instant celebrity.
I'm pretty sure Indians have a website called We Agora or something like that, or Goras of India. Gora means white person, and they just put up selfies and they just take the piss out of us the whole time. We're gonna go to Coronado Place to Vodafone. 250? Yeah. Nah, 100. Go on, man. Not my first time here. I come here lots. 200. Nah, man. 100.
150.
150? I'm happy with 150. You happy with 150? Okay, 150. Okay, so I didn't haggle as hard as I should have, but it could be anywhere between 100 and 200 in a tuk-tuk to get from the Red Fort to Coronado Place, but it's going to be a good comparison. So just remember, these guys started with 250. We got them down to 150. Should have been cheaper, but we're going to go with that. We are up. We didn't realize how early it is. It's about 8:30, and nothing at Coronado Place on a Sunday opens till 10:30. Everything's closed. We've got 2 hours to kill. So we're just gonna chill out at a Starbucks, have something to eat. I ordered Jake a coffee, remembering this guy's on a diet. Sucker. You'd think in Delhi you could do anything anytime, but it's actually a massive pain in the ass when you actually need to get something done early.
as most of the shops don't open till 10 a.m. It is definitely something that I didn't expect in this city.
The ice cream is actually pretty good. See how much an Uber is back to Old Delhi. Look at that already. An Uber is coming in at just over 100 rupees. This has never happened before, but it's actually, it won't take PayPal, it's not taking my credit card, it won't actually let me pay for an Uber. So yeah, there goes that theory.
Even though our Uber experiment failed miserably, we still get to ride a tuk-tuk, which is a hell of a lot of fun.
The other thing about catching an Uber is, when you're in a tuk-tuk, they'll randomly take you to fucking bazaars and things like that. Quite often getting commission off of anything you buy there. So we asked this driver to take us to an Airtel store to finally get our SIM cards, and he stopped off at a bazaar and tried to get us to go in and buy shit, and we're like, nah mate, that's not what we're here for.
Goode Ganj is mainly a backpackers area. It's a bit of a dive, but on the plus side, there's always a place for a SIM card.
I need lots of data, okay, for videos. Alright, got our SIM cards. We're gonna head back to Old Delhi now. We're gonna do a bit of shopping around the area. There's some like good little jewellery stores. We're gonna suss through that, and then hopefully we'll meet the crew and hang out with them tonight.
Now, there's something a little extra special about this trip. I've set myself the task of finding an engagement ring for my amazing girlfriend Nina back home in Australia. Yep, that's right. I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
Actually trying to kill me?
We only get a couple of days in Delhi before we hit the road. And even though the streets are filled with thousands of people, it's just our luck that the jewellery area is closed this weekend. So there's only a couple of shops open.
No.
It's gonna make this task of finding a ring very, very hard. Riding through these packed streets is absolutely crazy. It is so much fun.
Go for a sapphire. Sapphire is a beautiful stone.
Yeah, sapphires are fine.
We ended up in an emporium. You know, I could not find exactly what I was looking for, but I did have something in mind.
That's good.
I was looking for a black diamond or a black sapphire. And you know what?
Couldn't find a ring, but we got the gem that I've been looking for the ring.
How much? How much?
12,000 rupee.
12,000.
Yeah. Is that too much? No? Is that good? Yeah? Okay. It's about 250 Australian dollars. Now this gem in Australia would be about $2,500. So yeah, it's good. It's perfect. And it's bigger than I originally wanted. This is the hair and makeup team here, man. Just gotta look good for camera. G'day mate. Good, good. You with the Nevermind crew? Sweet. I'm Jimmy. Mate, good. This is Jake.
One of the things that I absolutely love about motorcycle travellers is how easygoing and relaxed everyone is. The very first time you meet, you're best friends. Tonight, we just sat on the roof, we shared stories, and we introduced ourselves.
Most important thing is make sure your hair looks on point for a 12-hour bus ride. Mate, it is 4 a.m. and today is officially the first day of the tour, and we're heading from Delhi to a place called MacLeod Ganj. It's about 550 kilometres on a little 12-seater bus, and it's going to take us about 12 hours. Not looking forward to it, I have to admit. But as soon as we're there, bike time. This is
the other tour guide, Cam. So we met a few tours ago when we were shooting our very first sort of like big documentary with Nevermind. Cam was a tour leader. So we've actually got two groups
Jimmy
this
got
time.
sick then too.
I do. I go down every time. 100% of the time I go down. So there's two groups this time. Cam's leading one and I've got the other group. And these guys are starting at Manali and going anti-clockwise. And we're starting in MacLeod Ganj and we're going clockwise. So fingers crossed, if everything works, we're going to meet halfway in Leh and have a big party together.
Should be in Leh.
Yeah.
Should be good.
For the most part, this trip is just hot and humid. Locked in a bus. We're just driving so slow. It just feels like we're here for so long, but just making so little distance. But we're starting to edge our way into the mountains, and the scenery is starting to get epic. All right, so I got to introduce you guys to our main man here in India, Shahid. All right, he is a part of the Nevermind crew. He's been working with them for about 6 years now,
Yeah,
huh?
6 years.
He's driver, tour leader, and organizes everything on the ground for us over here.
Yes.
And the best driver in India, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many? 2, 4, 6, 8.
This local whiskey in Himachal Pradesh is orange #1. Local whiskey.
Good?
Orange. I don't know about
Gross?
There we
Yeah. Terrible? You should try it. How much?
160.
160?
160.
How strong is it?
We should try it.
that.
He's even saying don't buy it.
यहीं का है local.
Oh, it's actually pretty good.
That's good.
Score
Cheers.
But there is only nine.
Cheers. About 8 hours into our trip, we start to hit the mountains. Oh, it's such a relief. The rain starts coming and the temperature substantially drops. It makes it so much more tolerable in the bus. Has he been drinking the whiskey down there?
Please don't drink in whiskey.
You stuck? MacLeod Ganj is a very famous city in northern India. It's home of the Dalai Lama, and it houses many Tibetan refugees. Massive traffic jam, so we've abandoned the bus and we're walking to the hotel. Alright, so it's up this way. Sometimes you get real lucky on these trips, and this time we hit the absolute jackpot. We got brand new bikes for this journey. I got my Indian mechanic here to install my USB charger. He decided just to chop it off, cut my fuse off, and just basically ground it to my handlebars and stick this into the headlight, which works in theory, but it was just kind of like jammed in there and would last about 3 bumps and then fall out and probably short. So I'm just trying to fix that. So then I've got my GPS mount and I can mount my phone on my quad lock for the whole trip so I know where we're going, and I can stay charged. So we are in MacLeod Ganj. We are in the Himalayas finally. We arrived into Delhi yesterday. It was a 25-hour travel day for me. It was f***ing long. And then we basically hung out in Delhi for a day and just did our usual stuff. Checked out New Delhi, hung out around Old Delhi, and then we met the team for the first time. They got in really late, and then we headed off very, very early this morning. It was a 5 a.m. departure from Delhi, and it was a 12-hour bus ride up to MacLeod Ganj. It went from 40 degrees in Delhi to about 10 degrees in MacLeod Ganj. It is amazing up here. As we came up through the mountain passes, you could see all the snow-topped mountains, and it just made that trip worthwhile. We'll see you tomorrow on the bikes.